you how to use whereby.com, what we're using for our online services. So what you do is you come up here in your web address bar in your computer, and you're going to put in the web address cotf.whereby.com/church. That's where we meet for church on Sundays. That's our online room. So you hit return and it takes you to a website. From there you can be able to put in your name so we know who you are, and then you hit continue. When you hit continue, it gives you a preview of what it's going to look like and what your camera is picking up on, and your mic and the fact that it's working and stuff like that. So if you don't want your camera to be on, you just click the camera button there, and when it's orange, your camera is off, and when the mic is orange, that's off. Whatever you have here is how you'll join the room. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to join the room with my mic on and my camera on, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click join meeting. Once I join the meeting, now I'm in the room, and a couple things about the room that we want you to know about. Down here at the bottom, these are things you can control. It's pretty easy to use, pretty self-explanatory, but if you want to turn your camera on or off, you click that camera button. Again, when it's orange, it means it's off. Now see that I've turned my camera off, and my picture's gone, but I'm this box over here with the RR. That's me. And you can see that, you know, there's flashing going around my box. It means my mic is still on. If you look down here, my mic is still black. It's not orange. So it's still on. But I want to turn that off too. When I do that, then I can see that my mic is off and my camera is off. I want to go ahead and turn both of those back on. So what we do for church, especially for family time, what we encourage people to do is when we start and we get into family time, to have everybody turn their camera off. They go ahead and they turn it off and they turn their mic off. And they're just kind of hanging out over here, but you'll still see me on the screen. You'll still see me there kind of moderating and facilitating. And if you have something you want to share, what we do is we ask you to turn your camera on. So you come down here and you turn your camera on. When that happens, I see that you're there. You're still muted, but I see you're there. And then we might have a couple people that have their cameras on, and that's fine. And I'll just call on someone, and when I do, then you'll unmute yourself, turn your mic back on, and you begin to share. And then when you're done sharing, when you have hit your mic and your camera, and then someone else can share. So that's kind of how we do that. At the same time, during the sermon, if you have a question or you have an insight you want to share, you can do the same thing. You can pop your camera on, and at an appropriate time, I'll ask you to unmute and ask your question or share your thought. That's kind of how that works. You have a couple other options that are on there for you. You've got a chat option where you can select one of these emojis, like maybe you want to wave at somebody, or maybe you want to say you're confused about something, or you're thinking about something. You can do that. Or you can just come here and send a message and saying, hey, glad we can use this. Send that, and that comes up that way. You also can click on the chat button, and then you can see all the different things that are in the chat thing, and you can also type a message on there. So that's how that works. If you're in that thing that says chat, you can also switch it to people, and it'll show you who's in the room, where their camera's on, or their mic's on, or what's going on. Or it might say, like, you've got those boxes, what do those different boxes mean, like RR's me, Rick Ryder. So that's what that people box does. The other thing that we want you to know is sometimes after a service we'll switch rooms, and we'll break out into smaller rooms and have people give a chance to pray together and stuff like that. Here's what we want you to do when you do that. You come back up here to the web address bar, and where it says cotfwhereby.com/church. We've got several different conferencing rooms, and we're always going to be cotf.whereby.com/something. So church is for our church service is that room. When we send you to a prayer room and we send you there, we might say, hey, go to prayer 1. So you'll just change the slash part to prayer 1. When you do that, it'll take you to a different room. You just hit enter, and it'll take you, and you got a chance to join the meeting again. And now if you can see back up here, hey, we're in prayer 1. That's where we are. If we're sending you to prayer 2, you know it's going to be prayer 2. Just change that. It'll take you there. Right now I don't have that room open. But on Sundays we have several prayer rooms that are open, and that's one you can get to. So let's take us back to prayer 1. So if you have any questions, feel free to call me or ask me. We'd love to be able to help you know how to navigate all of this. and it's pretty easy to use, pretty self-explanatory. You can use it on a phone, you can use it on your computer. The only things that we've found is sometimes people have a problem with Safari as a browser. So if you're having a hard time on your computer and you have a Safari browser and that's not working for you, try Chrome. We found that's the best browser to use. And then also on your phone, if you have an iPhone, they have an app that works really well, and you might want to check that app out. It works pretty well in that app. We've found that on Android, they don't have a specific app for Android. It just uses the web to do that. So again, you can use your phone. You can use the browser on your phone, and you just go to the same place, cotf.whereby.com/church, or any other room. Hope to see you on Whereby. God bless you.